I'm standing in front of this newly completed villa. I'm in La Alquería, about 5 or 10 kilometers from Marbella in that direction, and the villa is pretty much finished. It's 2 or 3 days from being handed over to our client. So actually it's the perfect opportunity for me to give you a walking tour of the villa, some rough and ready footage so you can get a feel for what it looks like at this stage of the development. You're going to see workmen finishing things off, and the villa still needs to be cleaned before the final handover. But we're going to get a great idea of some of the things that we think about when we go through the design and build process. Now, all the decisions here have been made by our clients with our support. So it's important for you to understand that what we do for you may be completely different. Quite likely will be. The aesthetics may be different, the size may be different, because it's going to be tailored to suit your budget and your preferences and the characteristics of your plot. Our job in this is to be your guide, to support you through the whole process, to help you navigate the various hazards that might occur, and to give you the information you need to make informed decisions. You're in control, we do the heavy lifting. So I'm going to give you a walking tour, and I'm going to start at the front of the building and walk you around the property as if we were going around it together. So this is the view of the property from the street. I'm looking north, so the villa faces directly south. And I have to say, you know, for me, this is the prettiest building in the neighborhood, really, of this style. And I expect when we get to the roof terrace and I pan around, you'll see what some of the neighboring properties look like. And we need to give credit here to Domingo Cardenas, the architect who has come up with a lot of the ideas and have also guided our clients who've made all the decisions. They are a professional couple from London. The whole thing has been financed privately by them. And judging from the prices of the properties, the neighboring properties, some of which are for sale, then they will have done very well financially out of this. And of course, they deserve every penny because they've invested their own money, they've taken a risk, and they've exercised good judgment. So they deserve everything that they make. That's the front gate, put together by our craftsmen, which will disappear into the hole there by these retaining walls. This is escollera, natural stone. And as I walk into the property, you can see it's flat. Here you drive your car in to the garage there, where there's a lift. Okay, and that's important because you can take your luggage in the lift up to directly up to the ground, first and second, well, the ground and first floor. Alternatively, you're going to be walking up the steps here, past these planters. A lot of thought has gone into the shapes and the design here. And as I turn the corner at the top, we'll get to the front door. And there it is. That's the chunky front door. And if I pan round now, you can see back along the driveway where I've come from. There's mature palm trees there on the left-hand side. Whole garden is automatically irrigated. So walking through the front door, we come into the kitchen, living, dining area, open plan. Round to the left here, the kitchen area, and importantly, that glass, pretty much glass wall, kind of opens up completely. You can see how the windows have gone 100% into the pocket on either side. So that space is completely open in front of the shaded terrace, in front of the swimming pool and the views. So you can just about see the Mediterranean there. That's the line. It's a slightly hazy day. Kitchen island. The inside dining area right in front of me here. And round to the right, this living sitting room area with the fireplace, the telly, and these magnificent picture windows here in front of the pool with a double height ceiling. So we've got masses and masses of natural light bathing this room. And I'll walk outside with you and show you the outside. You can see how this space works. To my left is the lift and the downstairs bathroom. Just have a quick look in here. You can see that's the downstairs water closet. And let me show you outside so you can get a feel for what it's like to live in these spaces. I love the ergonomics here. What I mean by that is I love the proportions of these spaces. So I think they work beautifully. Those spaces there. And as I said, this space, these windows here have disappeared completely. So this opens up totally and you've got this seamless inside-outside space. Those boxes are part of the kitchen that still needs to be fitted. Importantly here you can see there's no trip hazard here, okay? So you've got the same tiles on both sides, outside, inside, no trip hazard. Potentially that could have been covered, but you might want to think about the drainage problems that need to be solved in order to make that happen. Shaded area here in front of the views, and the other side of the pool there is what we call the chill out zone. You might be interested to see that the size of the tiles is very large, which is fashionable at the moment, and they're the same tiles on the terrace as they are in the pool. I think it looks fabulous. There's no infinity effect on the pool, although we did consider that, but because there's no kind of drop-off cliff effect, our clients didn't think that the expense of the infinity pool was necessary. What we do have is a completely motorized cover under the water here with the controls on the wall there. So the pool cover is completely automated, and this is the chill out zone. Again, quite often a feature of Domingo's work. A place here for eating outside, the barbecue on the left here, and a partially shaded sitting area outside there too. And I'm going to walk around so you can see what the building looks like from a bit closer up than the street view. I think the garden looks lovely. And here across the pool you can see the kitchen area with a shaded terrace in front, the living room which we saw from the inside, and behind those windows there is the ground floor bedroom. So there are 6 bedrooms in the house, 3 upstairs, 1 the ground floor here, and 2 in the basement. So I'm going to take you upstairs now, but just before we do, let me just point out that there's a small study there at the back of the ground floor of the house, and on the left-hand side, the ground floor bedroom. So, you know, wheelchair users and so on can live in the house quite comfortably. Take you up the stairs. And as I said before, from the top here, there is the gallery and that fantastic view from the gallery across the pool over the picture window to the Mediterranean. And we can look down on the living room below. That's what it looks like from up here. And I'll show you around now. There are 3 bedrooms on this floor. This bedroom, they're like 2 master bedrooms, really. Now that is the door to the roof terrace and solarium, and that is the lift. And on the wall here on the right, let me just explain, is the control for the domotic system. So it's an iPod. We've got temperature controls separately for each bedroom. There are security codes, so the gardener can have a security code, the cleaners can have a different code. Everything can be tracked. Tenants can have their own temporary access code, and all of that can be managed from London. We've got underfloor heating throughout the building, and air conditioning through the ducting which is in the false ceilings. So this is one of the master bedrooms, and as you can see in this case they've decided to orientate the bed that way, but they could have orientated the bed in front of the views there. If I go around to the left, you can see the walk-in wardrobe, or the dressing room, however you'd like to call it. Quite common to have these in these villas these days, and all of this has been custom designed to our clients' requirements. And I'm going to take you briefly out onto the terrace here. You can see we've got glass, safety barrier here, chill out zone down there, the pool, views across the golf course to the sea. That's the neighbouring property, which is for sale, or has been. And this is the private terrace associated with the master bedroom on this side of the house. And I want to show you the bathroom, because there's 1 or 2 features in the bathroom that I think it's worth pointing out. His and her hand wash basins. The bathtub right in front of the views, I think that's nice. And then you can see here the shower. And a lot of thought and design goes into this kind of thing. Let me just show you. Obviously this cavity here, this kind of cave for the shampoo and so on, which is cut into the wall. And to get this right, to get the quality of this right, really requires a lot of detail and attention. Everything has to be precision cut. The floor of the shower. Now these tiles are not non-slip tiles, because we find that the non-slip tiles easily get dirty and are quite difficult to clean. So these are the ordinary tiles that have been cut into strips, and the grouting itself provides the non-slip effect. The WC and the hand wash basins. So I shall take you also briefly now to the other side of the house. Here are the other 2 bedrooms on the first floor at the western end of the house. This, if you like, is the other master bedroom, and you can see it's got access to this massive terrace. Let's have a quick look at it, onto the terrace, because I think these views and the fact that the bedrooms face the views really improves the enjoyment of the house and the bedroom. Once again, these glass, this is, I think, makes the property look just such, it's just a mark of the quality. The pool, might take an opportunity to look at that stylish rendering of the house. And then I'm going to go back in to the western bedroom. Ensuite bathroom. All the bathrooms in the house are ensuite. And we'll just have a quick look in the north-facing bedroom, just so you can have a complete view. Slightly smaller perhaps. Ensuite bathroom. Built-in wardrobes, which still have to be finished off. Okay, I'm going to take you down to the basement. Now from the ground floor, open plan staircase as you can see. And you probably know this, but just in case, it might be worth pointing out that the square meterage that you get in the basement is like in addition to the amount you're allowed on the building license. So all this you kind of get for free, providing you can pay for it, of course. So we've got a downstairs lavatory there, the lift, and if I just pan round, you can see lots of fun stuff. So this is the cinema, for example, appropriately dark room for the cinema. And then here we've got, behind this glass here is the gym, and actually the dimensions here are exactly measured to fit the gym machinery that our client wants to have in there. And going in this direction, at the end, by the way, is the garage. So you can park your car and come straight in with your luggage and up the lift. Here we've got the laundry, a couple of washing machines there, and a storage area for the sheets. So the cleaners can come in and change the sheets for the tenants. And we've got a private lock-up storage here so the owners can have their own possessions in there that are not accessible to the paying tenants. And this is the garage that we saw from the outside. And on the right-hand side here, the installations room, which is full of the mechanical and engineering machinery that keeps the house warm in winter and cool in summer. And on the other side of the basement, we've got the 2 bedrooms. And actually, you know, these bedrooms for me are, I love these rooms. I always say they're my favorite rooms because they're so quiet and peaceful and cool and private. And they've got these, this is called an English patio. Okay, and it allows natural light into the basement. If I can just show you. Up there you can see the ground floor and the garden. So there's this little patio here associated with the bedroom. Can't hear anything down here. It's out of the sun and it's nice and quiet. And there's a bathroom there, all en suite, and I'll just show you the other one because there are 2 of these. I don't know why they're called English patios, but they really add massive value to the property, because to have a couple of extra bedrooms down here with natural light, with this kind of luxurious quality, and this, they don't have views, okay? So there's no views, but just to get out, maybe just to get away from the hurly-burly. I love these bedrooms. So finally, I just want to show you around the outside of the property, and there's a story to tell here, because underneath this manhole here is a well, and it's effectively a stream that flows all year round And when we started the excavations in January 2021, we were surprised to find so much water. And in fact, we had to redesign the foundations to create a drainage system. Actually, it had a kind of herringbone effect to carry all the water from all of the site away from the house or underneath the house to the main drain. And our clients have actually got access to it through that manhole for irrigation, which is great. But the point of the story is that we were lucky to find that and to start the excavations in the winter when it was apparent. Had it been the summer, not so apparent, we might not have been alerted to the seriousness of the quantity of the water. We were able to drain the water away, modify the design of the foundations, and to strengthen the impermeable membrane around the basement. We've got here the pool pump and the 2 heat pumps that keep the property cool and warm in winter. And here, this is just the back of the house, some mature palm trees, and a really nice touch there, which is a beautifully proportioned, mature olive tree. Great feature there in front of the house. Let me just show you down here, because this is one of the English patios, but from above. So you get a full picture of what they're like. And finally, this is the rooftop solarium. Okay, and I'm going to show you the views here across the golf course to the sea, which you can see there. That's the Mediterranean. And you can also maybe get a general feel for the tone of the properties in the area. Quite a nice market area, there's no doubt. Our clients have done well here. They've got a really smart, elegant, good-looking property at a very reasonable price. It's a good lettings asset too, with a strong lettings market for a property like this. So should bring in a good yield. And as I said earlier, they deserve everything because they've exercised their judgment and they've taken a risk with their own money.